I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Why? Why did you get rid of Potter? It doesn't make any sense. You've lost every game under Lampard. What has he brought you? What? Somebody tell me. Somebody in the comments needs to tell me what Lampard has improved at Chelsea, because I would love to know. Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1, and unfortunately, we're not going to be giving Arsenal the credit that they deserve. We are going to be giving them credit, don't get me wrong, but Chelsea were just atrocious. Arsenal barely needed to turn up, and that is damning in itself, but really more could be said. If you have a look at the attacking momentum bar, Chelsea barely got into the game, and when you consider the talent they had fielded out for them, that's just disgraceful. We're going to have a look at the attacking lineups now, because Arsenal, let's start with Arsenal, because Arsenal were great. Let's focus on Arsenal. Kiwior, I thought, did a very good job. He played a good part, coming in for Rob Holding, and I thought he looked very solid. The only problem I have is him being left-footed on that right-hand side, and it just means some of the passing lanes just weren't available for him over on this right-hand side. This meant that Martin Odegaard needed to drift infield a little bit more than he normally would, and he wasn't able to assist or go with Bukayo Saka as much as he normally would in different games. Bukayo Saka still goes wide. I thought Trossard did a good job holding the width out here. Granit Xhaka made some good runs. Jorginho came across. Zinchenko came inside. You know this. Arsenal do fantastic work going forwards, and a big question mark was over their heads as to how they would bounce back from that Manchester City defeat, and they did a fantastic job. Odegaard with those 2 finishes. I was extremely impressed with the first one. The second one was just great. Very Lampard-esque, turning up to the box late. His finish was very good, and then obviously the nail in the coffin for Chelsea was 4 minutes later, or 3 minutes later, Gabriel Jesus tucking that one home after some persistence. But if we have a look at Chelsea, I think you should know, or it should be explained, that I was very impressed that Lampard fielded attackers in Madueke and Sterling, and that should tell you everything you need to know about how I thought this game would go. Because I genuinely did believe that N'Golo Kante would be playing right wing. I thought that Kovacic would be playing in field, and I thought Gallagher would be playing left wing. And I was pleasantly surprised, because I thought we might actually get some goals, we might actually get some attacking play, and we did to a certain extent. We had 1 run from Madueke, 1 goal from Madueke, and that was about it. Because Chelsea don't know how to counter-attack, they don't know how to play through the lines, they don't have any verticality in passing, they don't have any correct movement to be able to create space for each other, and I don't know why I'm surprised, because they're clearly not being coached by Lampard, which is why I just want to know why you didn't keep Potter. What is he adding? I don't understand. Potter at the very least would have tactically tweaked and changed things. I don't understand what Lampard has added. And that is perfectly illustrated by these average positions. Here is Arsenal. So we have Ben White out on this right hand side. We have Zinchenko, who comes inside most of the time. And then you have your back 4. Jorginho is playing as that central defensive midfielder. Then you have Odegaard and Xhaka decently spaced high up the pitch. And then you have your 2 wingers in Trossard and Saka. Gabriel Jesus is nicely tucked in the middle of all this to be able to string everything together. And it's all very good. There's verticality to where they play. There is penetration in the way they play. And you've got a good balance to the side. Remember this. What is this? Honestly. Yes, there is width, but it's only width by Chilwell and Azpilicueta, really. Madueke and Sterling are coming far too in field to try and make anything better, but then again, defensively they need to be there, so that's fine. What is this cluster of players? I just don't understand. Why is N'Golo Kante further forward than Aubameyang? When Aubameyang can't hold up the ball, he had 9 touches the entire game. Why are you not vertically further forward? They're trying to play a highish line, but they can't get themselves up the pitch because they're not trained to be a counter-attacking side. I didn't see any counter-attacking phases of play. I didn't see any patterns of play to intimate that they wanted to do counter-attacking play, and it just meant that everything was very congested, and it didn't allow them to come out, and they hit a brick wall, the Arsenal wall. And it just baffles me as to what the game plan was. And when we go back to these players, Raheem Sterling was a massive culprit of this, because when they did get some form of attacking opportunity, it was wasted by Sterling's lack of passing accuracy. How you are a professional footballer in the Premier League as an outfield player for one of the, I do quotation marks, top 6 sides, and you have a passing accuracy of below 60%, it's baffling to me. Genuinely. It's baffling. Aubameyang had 9 touches. Now, I don't necessarily blame him, because I don't think that he could have done any more, really. I don't think that he could have offered himself up anymore. The passes to him weren't very good. Yes, he lost the ball occasionally, but really, what more do you want to do? He doesn't play football. He just doesn't. He doesn't get played by Lampard. He's not in the Champions League squad. He wasn't in the Champions League squad. He just doesn't get played. Madueke is the only bright spark. I was very impressed. I was. He's good with the ball at his feet. He got a good goal. He's composed. He did a very good mazy run through some players. Although it ended in nothing, the promise was there. And at this stage, if you're a Chelsea fan, that's what you're looking for. Promise. You're looking for just a little bit of hope to go into next season. And he gave it in some abundance. I was very impressed with his defensive work as well, it must be said. But generally, Chelsea were woeful going forwards. They were woeful defensively. We don't even need to start talking about the lack of cohesion between this back four. Defensively, they were a mess. Going forwards, they were a mess, and they just all got jumbled together. Tactically, I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything to try and improve it. Lampard's substitutions were strange. Gallagher coming on was an odd one. I thought that Enzo Fernandez was okay on the ball, but generally they didn't find any penetrating passes. It was just a little bit of a mess, and it was exposed by a very well-drilled, very well-organised Arsenal side. And I've got to say that Arsenal were the complete contrast of what Chelsea were. Chelsea were disorganised, Arsenal were organised. Chelsea were haphazard, Arsenal were clean. They were thorough. They were concise. They knew what they were doing. Chelsea had no idea. Finally, let's have a look at some of the statistics, because they don't make good reading for Chelsea fans, but they make great reading for Arsenal fans. 1.54 expected assists, 2.1 expected goals, 0.74 for Chelsea, but we'll gloss over that one. 55% possession, and you can read this. It's just all Arsenal. It's all Arsenal. It must be said there was a little bit of fight, because Chelsea did manage to win most of their grand duels and most of their aerials, so that's something. But overall, it was just nah. And it leaves Arsenal being top of the table, which is something they're going to want to do. They're going to want to keep on the coattails of Man City. Keep them honest. You want to make sure that they're honest till the very end of the season. If they can take it to the last game and make sure that City have to win it, that's all you can ask for an Arsenal's perspective. And this win against Chelsea, this 3-1 big victory, was a good step in the right direction. Where are Chelsea? 12th. I've got big concerns. Pochettino needs to be announced immediately, and they need some kind of feel-good factor, because they looked off their feet. They didn't look interested. They looked devoid of any semblance of confidence. Counteract this with an Arsenal side who should be lacking in confidence, and they really took them to the sword, and I was very impressed by them. Chelsea were woeful. Why did you get rid of Potter? You should have kept Potter. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave the video with a like and subscribe if you haven't for more content like this coming very soon. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well. You don't want to miss what's coming up in the near future. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on Arsenal and Chelsea. Do you reckon Arsenal are going to stay on the coattails of Manchester City until the end of the season? And do you think Chelsea will get a win by the end of the season? Will Frank Lampard be able to celebrate a victory with his beloved Chelsea during his second managerial stint at the club? Or is it more doom and gloom for the beloved Blues? Let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. But like I said, that's it from me for today. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, my friends, take care of yourselves and bye-bye.